Will drive me to ruin. He came along and Hold on. Oh, no, I'm talking to the stream. Oh, I was just gonna explain to them the extra people accidentally. So, hi everyone. Welcome to the patron-only live stream. And some of you are going, what? Patron? So I accidentally posted the link to this, as public on YouTube for like 1 minute. I realized immediately. So I fixed it. It's now fixed. It shouldn't be public anymore. But unfortunately, the way Google servers work, sometimes it takes a bit for those changes to go across all of Google's servers. So there are almost certainly some people here who are probably not patrons. Now, I'm not going to tell you to leave, because that's my fault. That's honestly on me. So I hope other patrons are okay with... There's only like 22 people here right now, which isn't that much more than usual. So it's not like we have hundreds of people here who aren't supposed to be. But if you're here, and you got here via a link that wasn't supposed to go to you, you know, it's okay. I guess consider this a preview of what the patron streams are like if you'd like to consider becoming a Patreon. I did set the delay. I set it to lower latency, so the quality might be worse, but hopefully the lag will be a little bit better. So it probably won't be as good as Twitch, but it'll be better than it has been on YouTube. But yeah, if you're here and you got the link, that's my fault. I'm not gonna punish you for that one. It's fine. So yeah, what are we gonna look at today? I didn't want to do Jackbox games again today, because we did that for the 1-year anniversary. So we just did that, and we did it for the last patron-only live stream. So I thought we'd look at videos. Yeah. So yeah, let's see what we got. Oh, I just wanted to talk about that tweet, which you may have seen on Twitter if you're on Twitter, about the guy who was like, why won't oh gosh, what's her name? I was gonna call her Eivor, but that's the character from Assassin's Creed, Valhalla or Ragnarok or whatever. Oh gosh, what's her name? I've played this game. Why can't I remember her? It's a great game. Gosh darn it. Someone let me know. Whatever this character's name is, basically telling her to smile and wear makeup even though it's the apocalypse. Call for an uprising. Might take a look at, Mike Lindell's Frank speech live stream that still goes on. Maybe some Flat Earth stuff. Peter has a video. Maybe a tanky. I thought some cringe with the bold guy would be funny. Quartering is always rife for content farming, and I don't know. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know, and we'll do them. Now, I know the game's called Horizon Zero Dawn, but I didn't remember what the... Aloy, thank you. Aloy is the name of the main character from Horizon Zero Dawn. Thank you. So let's take a look at this. This is a tweet that I came across and has been making the rounds because it got ratioed like crazy, just because of how stupid it is. This person, Alpha J, who is an alpha male, apparently. That's a good look for you, Baha. This person tweeted, "Is it me or Sony be making their lead female protagonist look masculine as hell, barely no curves or rough non-feminine features, unlike the average woman like, cough cough, The Last of Us 2's Ellie, etc. Just saying. Hashtag my 2 cents. Pick from the game on the left. Fan made on the right. Hire fans."
AKA hire people that have no idea what women look like.
So, this is what Aloy looks like in the game. She looks like a normal human being. You know, like a normal lady. It's the post-apocalypse. It's honestly more like the post-post-apocalypse if you haven't played that game. New societies, sort of tribal and kingdom societies, have started to come back up after like a robot apocalypse scenario. So she's not wearing makeup, and she certainly doesn't have an Instagram filter. So she looks like a human being. And this is what she looks like in the new game. Graphics look pretty great. And then this is the fan-made one, where she has, like, perfectly shaped eyebrows and lash mascara. She has great cosmetic dentistry and a full face of makeup and probably an Instagram filter, which just looks stupid. So I find that pretty funny. Do I have my chat set to live? I have it set to live. Unless that's also a setting I have to screw with. Hold on. Let me check something. 1 second, por favor. Let me check the settings for this one. I don't think there's any settings I can change for you guys on that. But mine's set to live. Maybe your internet connection just hates you. It's possible. So anyway, this person is an idiot. And then people, of course, commented on this and retweeted and said things like, hey, look at another incel being a weirdo about female characters in games. And he says, ladies and gentlemen, remember, truth triggers, lies don't. We need to let truth become popular again and stop sugarcoating shit. The world has become too soft. Most adults have no backbone anymore. Bunch of people who live and wait to be triggered. Such a sad and pathetic existence. So basically, it's just him getting mad that people called him out for being a weirdo. Pretty funny stuff. Of course, he falls back to the same thing a lot of these people do. I thought freedom of speech existed in the United States. Again, another person that thinks freedom of speech means everyone has to agree with them and can't ever criticize what they have to say. I just thought that was a little funny. So let's see what we're gonna look at next. What are we gonna look at? How about we start off with a call for an uprising video? What do you guys think? Yes? No?
If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world...
Have I shown you guys the full intro to Call for an Uprising? I always skip it because it often pings copyright, I think because of the, like, weird beat he uses in the background. But this is a patron-only live stream. I'm not making, like, direct ad money or anything on this, so check out Call for an Uprising's intro if you haven't seen it.
If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. This is a very important episode. I don't have videos
as opposed to his other episodes, which are all pointless.
Too many videos out there specifically detailing Crowley and his teachings, but I wanted to do one and show the connection between our current culture and how Aleister Crowley has affected our current culture, how he is still used in the mainstream, and his philosophies that he taught in his books and the secret societies that he was a part of are the main philosophies that the New World Order are using today. Whether it's
okay, no, the vast majority of people don't even know who Aleister Crowley was. People in leadership positions do not follow his, like, occult teachings or whatever. This is a fantasy that you've come up with, Call.
And the OTO connections, or his connections to being a 33rd degree Freemason. It's important to understand this because this is really where the core of the teachings and the pedophilia rings come from. These Satanists who practice Crowley's teachings but do it in secrecy.
By the way, did I mention yesterday, Baha and I went to a thrift store and I got a whole new wardrobe and my new favorite set decoration. This isn't going to be out all the time, but I thought it would be funny because I think it'll make Chuds mad. Santa. Just normal everyday Santa. Okay? I love it. It was $2.
So there's many documentaries out there. You can look at his background, his upbringing with his family and things like that. I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on his teachings and the things that we see in today's world. So it's important to start by talking about some of the books.
We also got some ping pong balls that Cassia absolutely loves.
That he had, including sex magic, and one of them specifically
Sex magic. That sounds pretty rad. My lady dick is a magic wand.
I don't think that's true.
You just said it. Have you ever been led to believe that Call for an Uprising is wrong about anything ever?
Yeah?
Normie.
Did he specifically say that a lady dick is magic?
No, I'm extrapolating from the information available.
What did he say?
He said sex magic.
Okay.
It's magic you cast using sex.
Okay. So does that mean, like, my clit would also be magic?
Yes.
Does that mean that Call's dick is magic?
Yes.
Ew.
Magic in theory and practice. The reason that there's a K on the end of magic is because of Crowley. He added the K after it so that people will be able to decipher that it was indeed referencing black magic. But he goes on in chapter 7 of his book, Magic in Theory and Practice, to talk about blood sacrifice and why it is so important to black magic. Now, I don't want to read the specific part of the ritual because obviously I don't condone that. But I will just give you the parts pertaining to pedophilia and the sacrifice of humans, especially young children.
Oh god. Okay, I'll read this. The animal should therefore be killed within the circle or the triangle as the case may be so that its energy cannot escape. An animal should be selected whose nature accords with that of the ceremony, thus sacrificing a female lamb. One would not obtain any appreciate quality of the fierce energy useful to a magician who was invoking Mars. In such a case, a ram would be more suitable, and this ram should be virgin. The whole potential of the original total energy should not have been dimmed in any way. For the highest spiritual working, one must accordingly choose that victim which contains the greatest and purest force. A male child of perfect innocence and high intelligence is the most satisfactory and suitable victim. For evocations, it would be more convenient to place the blood of the victim in the triangle, the idea being that the spirit might obtain from the blood the subtle but physical substance which was the quintessence of its life in such a manner as to enable it to take on a visible, tangible shape. I get the feeling this Crowley guy was a bit of a crazy. Call. Look, just because this dude wrote a book full of weird bullshit doesn't mean other people follow it, or at least not a large number of people. Magic isn't real. None of this does anything. You're just murdering things in a circle if you did this. Magic isn't real. We live in the real world with physical objects and black Santas, okay? Magic isn't real.
He talks about the animal, an animal sacrifice, saying the animal should therefore be killed within the circle or the triangle. We all are aware of this. That's why I constantly am talking about the ritual circle. We see at these award shows, they perform their rituals inside of the circle, even though people don't realize a ritual is being done. It's always inside of a circle or a triangle. He goes on to say, so that the energy cannot escape is the reason that they do these rituals inside the circles. An animal should be selected whose nature...
No, Daddy Sume, sex magic is not real.
Accords.
What you're experiencing is called an orgasm, and I suggest you Google it.
With that of the ceremony, thus by sacrificing a female lamb. What?
How do I explain how amazing you are? Low standards?
One would not obtain any appreciate quantity of the fierce energy useful to a magician who was invoking Mars. In such a case, a ram would be more suitable, and this ram should be virgin. The whole potential of its original total energy should not have been diminished in any way. So he's talking about animal sacrifice, the different animals, why they use them for different sacrifice rituals. Now, this is the part that everybody needs to know and needs to hear. It says, for the highest spiritual working, one must accordingly choose that victim which contains the greatest and purest force. A male child of perfect innocence and high intelligence is the most satisfactory and suitable victim. For evocations, it would be more convenient to place the blood of the victim in the triangle, the idea being that the spirit might obtain from the blood this subtle but physical substance, which was the quintessence of its life, in such a manner as to enable it to take
He says quintessence weird.
on a visible and tangible shape. Okay, so this is part of the reason too during these pedophilia rituals, and Crawley was one, as well as a murderer. But we see even when we look into things.
I don't know anything about Aleister Crowley. Let's look him up. Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley, born Edward Alexander Crowley, was an English occultist, ceremonial magician, poet, painter, novelist, and mountaineer. He founded the religion of Thelema, identifying himself as the prophet entrusted with guiding humanity into the Aeon of Horus in the 20th century. A prolific writer, he published widely over the course of his life. Born to a wealthy family in Royal Leamington Spa, Warwickshire, Crowley rejected his parents' fundamentalist Christian Plymouth Brethren faith to pursue an interest in Western esotericism. He was educated at Trinity College at the University of Cambridge, where he focused his attention on the mountaineering and poetry. You could get a degree in mountaineering at Cambridge? That's interesting. Come, learn English and science, and we'll teach you how to climb up mountains. Oh, okay, cool. Resulting in several publications. Some biographers allege that he was recruited into British intelligence agency, further suggesting that he remained a spy throughout his life. In 1898, he joined the esoteric Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, where he was trained in ceremonial magic by Samuel Liddell, MacGregor, Mathers, and Alan Bennett. Moving to Boleskine House by Loch Ness in Scotland, he went mountaineering in Mexico with Oscar Eckenstein, before studying Hindu and Buddhist practices in India. He married Rose Edith Kelly, and in 1904 they honeymooned in Cairo, Egypt, where Crowley claimed to have been contacted by a supernatural entity named Iwis, who provided him the Book of the Law, a sacred text that served as the basis for Thelema. Announcing the start of the Aeon of Horus, the book declared that its followers should do what thou wilt, and seek to align themselves with their true will through the practice of magic, with a K. Like Mortal Kombat. After an unsuccessful attempt to climb Kanchenjunga, I'm probably mispronouncing that, and a visit to India and China, Crowley returned to Britain, where he attracted the attention as a prolific author of poetry, novels, and occult literature. In 1907, he and George Cecil Jones co-founded an esoteric order, AA, through which they propagated Thelema. After spending time in Algeria in 1912, he was initiated into another esoteric order, the German-based Order Templi Orientis, OTO, rising to be the leaders in its British branch, which he reformulated in accordance with his Thelemite beliefs. Throughout the OTO, Thelemite groups were established in Britain, Australia, and North America. Crowley spent the First World War in the United States, where he took up painting and campaigned for the German war effort against Britain, later revealing that he had infiltrated the pro-German movement to assist the British intelligence service. In 1920, he established the Abbey of Thelema, a religious commune in Caflo, Sicily, where he lived with various followers. His libertine lifestyle led to denunciations in the British press, and the Italian government evicted him in 1923. He divided the following 2 decades between France, Germany, and England, and continued to promote Thelema until his death. Crowley gained widespread notoriety during his lifetime, being a recreational drug experimenter, bisexual, and an individualist social critic. Crowley has remained a highly influential figure over Western esotericism and the counterculture, and continues to be considered a prophet of Thelema. He is the subject of various biographies and academic studies. Magic and theology. Crowley believed in the objective existence of magic, which he chose to spell magic with a K, an older archaic spelling of the word. He provided various different definitions of the term over his career. In his book Magic in Theory and Practice, Crowley defined magic as the science and art of causing change to occur in conformity of will. He also told his disciple Carl Germer that magic is getting into communication with individuals who exist on a higher plane than ours. Mysticism is the raising of oneself to their level. Crowley saw magic as a third way between religion and science, giving the Equinox the subtitle of The Method of Science, the Aim of Religion. Within that journal, he expressed positive sentiments towards science and the scientific method, and urged magicians to keep detailed records of their magical experiments. The more scientific the record is, the better. His understanding of magic was also influenced by the work of anthropologist James Frazer. In particular, the view of magic was a precursor to science in a cultural evolutionary framework. Unlike Frazer, however, Crowley did not see magic as a survival from the past that required eradication, but rather he believed that magic had to be adapted to suit the new age of science. In Crowley's alternative schema, old systems of magic had to decline per Framer's framework so that science and magic could synthesize into magic with a K, which would simultaneously accept the existence of the supernatural and the experimental method. Crowley deliberately adopted an exceptionally broad definition of magic that included almost all forms of technology as magic, adopting an instrumentalist interpretation of magic, science, and technology. Ooh, my throat's getting dry. Sounds like he lived an interesting life, and it was a bit of a whack job. Sexuality played an important role in Crowley's ideas about magic and his practice of it, and has been described as being central to Thelema. He outlined 3 forms of sex magic: the autoerotic, homosexual, and heterosexual, and aligned with such acts could be used to focus the magician's will onto a specific goal such as financial gain or personal creative success. For Crowley, sex was treated as a sacrament, with the consumption of sexual fluids interpreted as the Eucharist. This was often manifested as the cakes of light, a biscuit containing either menstrual blood or a mixture of semen and vaginal fluids. Oh no. The Gnostic Mass is the central religious ceremony with Thelema. Anyone want cake? Oh, God. Crowley's theological beliefs were not clear. The historian Ronald Hutton noted that some of Crowley's writings could be used to argue that he was an atheist, while some support the idea that he was a polytheist, and others would bolster the idea that he was a mystical monotheist. On the basis of the teachings in his Book of the Law, Crowley described a pantheon of 3 deities taken from the ancient Egyptian pantheon: Nut, Hadit, and Ra-Hoor-Khuit. In 1928, he made the claim that all true deities were derived from this trinity. Jason Jofson Storm has argued, that's a pretty sweet name, Jason Jofson Storm, good name, has argued that Crowley built on 19th century attempts to link early Christianity to pre-Christian religions, such as Fraser's Golden Bough, to synthesize Christian theology and neo-paganism while remaining critical of institutions and traditional Christianity. Both during his life and after it, Crowley had been widely described as a Satanist, usually by detractors. Crowley stated he did not consider himself a Satanist, nor did he worship Satan, as he did not accept the Christian worldview in which Satan was believed to exist, so he's not even a Satanist. He nevertheless used satanic imagery, for instance, by describing himself as the Beast 666, and referencing the Whore of Babylon in his work. While in later life he sent anti-Christmas cards to his friends. That's kind of funny. In his writings, Crowley occasionally identified Iwas as Satan and designated him as our Lord God the Devil at one occasion. Okay, so he's just got a very interesting mix of beliefs. The scholar of religion Gordon Jurjevic stated that Crowley was emphatically not a Satanist, if for no other reason than simply because he did not identify himself as such. Crowley nevertheless expressed strong anti-Christian sentiment, stating that he hated Christianity as socialists hate soap. That's pretty good. And animosity probably stemming from his experiences among the Plymouth Brethren. He was nevertheless influenced by the King James Bible, especially the Book of Revelation, the impact of which can be seen in his writings. He was also accused of advocating human sacrifice, largely because of a passage in Book 4 in which he stated a male child of perfect innocence and high intelligence is the most satisfactory victim, and added that he had sacrificed about 150 every year. This was a tongue-in-cheek reference to ejaculation, something not realized by his critics. So he's talking about cum. He's talking about cum. And Call for an Uprising doesn't realize he is talking about cum. Great. Back to the video.
Things like Pizzagate, these rituals they perform, that the blood is significant and the semen. That's why they have the handkerchief. We read about that at the Podesta emails. But this is something that they do. They do need the blood of these children. Sometimes they are ritually killed. Sometimes they are just used as rape victims.
Or he was talking about jerking off into a circle. Not an actual kid, but like sperm. Funny.
For trauma-based mind control. Nonetheless, he goes on to say magicians who object to the use of blood have endeavored to replace it with incense. For such a purpose, the incense of Abramelian may be burnt in large quantities. The Tani of Crete is also a valuable medium. Both those incenses are very Catholic in their nature and suitable for almost any materialization. But the bloody sacrifice, though more dangerous, is more efficient. And for nearly all purposes, human sacrifice is the best. So these are some of his teachings that specifically pertain to child abuse and human sacrifice. Again, I'll
Call. Magic isn't real. It's a weird guy who went all around the world and did interesting things and has crazy beliefs and thinks magic is real. And he likes... Basically, he seems like a dude who likes to hang out with other people and have weird goth orgies and then write a religion about it. Which, whatever. Do what you're gonna do. Magic isn't real. I don't care how you theme your orgy parties.
I'll read you the important quote just one more time so people out there understand. For the highest spiritual working, one must accordingly choose that victim which contains the greatest and purest force. A male child of perfect innocence and high intelligence is the most satisfactory and suitable victim. Okay, that is verse 95, chapter 7 of his, chapter 12 of his book, Magic in Theory and Practice. He goes on to say, but the bloody sacrifice, though more dangerous, is more efficient, and for nearly all purposes, human sacrifice is the best, pertaining to performing these black magic rituals. Okay, so when some people out there, they talk about all of this stuff with pedophilia and the pedo rings, it is so important to understand that this is all being followed from his teachings. Okay, and was it going on way before then? Yes. Now, when Crawley was in Egypt on his honeymoon, he took part in magical rituals, which
Magic isn't real.
he claims to have received a message from an entity.
One sec, Baja sent me something. Let me go take a look. Do. Oh, I gotta pick that guy too.
Alright, so the other day Caitlin posted this. Before I say anything else, can we just talk about how evil those eyes look? So seeing this post made me remember something that had happened at our dad's house. I know a lot of you guys have asked me, like, if she's as extreme with her views in real life as she is online. And the answer to that is yes on most things, no on some things. It just depends on what it is. But speaking of Black Lives Matter and her making a video about it and all of that, at our dad's house, they have cats. They have inside cats and they have outside cats. Well, the outside cats are black, and they named them BLM, and then they joke about the fact that they have to sleep outside because they're black cats. They're so disgusting.
Yikes.
So the other day...
That's Caitlin Bennett's sister, for those who don't know.
And that entity communicated with Crowley, which enabled him or gave him the information to write the first 3 chapters of the Book of the Law, which is one of his most popular books. Now let's talk about some of the connections that we see today in our world with Aleister Crowley before we get into more of the garbage, filth, black magic that he taught. Okay? The Book of the Law, which is the basis of Thelma, revolved around 3 philosophies, pretty much. That love is the law, love under will. Love is the law. What have I been saying on this channel? Talking about the love movement, right? To accept everything. To love and be accept.
Boy, I wonder what other religious figures in the past have advocated for loving one's neighbor, regardless of what's going on. Huh. I bet they're a piece of shit that Call would never worship, right?
Of everything, because this fights against God's law. That love is the law. It's a deception. Of course, another one of the basis of Crowley's teachings is that every man and every woman is a star. We see that in today's world, right? With social media, everybody's their own star. Everyone makes them out to be a celebrity.
Call, you literally have a YouTube channel. You do this for a living, as far as I know. Like, this is your job.
Everybody trying to become a star, trying to become famous, musician, actor, you name it. That's part of it, that everyone's their own star, because they teach in the Masonic lodges, these Satanists teach that they are gods amongst us, that they are like Egyptian gods. And of course, the most known
Egyptian one
teaching
specifically
of Crowley's is the do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, which pretty much means do what you want, but also pertains to the removal of moral principle, saying that we're all called to a higher calling, regardless of ethical barriers, moral barriers. Now, some of you wonder about the connections to Freemasonry. Well, he was involved in many different secret societies, including the OTO, which is a magical society, a black magic society, as he talks openly about sex magic, the secrets of nature, and the symbolism of Freemasonry. Now, Crowley was initiated as a 33rd degree Freemason. In his autobiography, he discusses this. He says, my Kabbalistic knowledge being already profound by current standards, he thought me worthy of the highest initiation, and his power to confer special powers were obtained in a view of my limited sojourn, and I was pushed rapidly through and admitted to the 33rd and last degree before I left the country. So we also see reference to Kabbalah, because the Jewish book, the Kabbalah, is a book of mysticism and magic and black magic. And that
didn't Kabbalah come later? Like, I know that existed, but the specific, like, Kabbalah movement, the religious movement, it gained popularity in, I think, the 90s. I'm not saying did I spell it wrong? I must have. Is it with a K? Is that why? Oh, yeah, I completely butchered that. Jewish mysticism. Okay, I'm just thinking about the stuff. You're right, it is older. I was just thinking about the fact that it became really popular in, like, the 90s because Madonna got into it or something.
That's why you see all these celebrities wearing their Kabbalah bracelets, because they're all part of this same cult. That's how we see it, why we see it in the mainstream, with Demi Moore, Madonna, Katy Perry, all of them, Leonardo DiCaprio wearing the Kabbalah bracelets, going to the Ashton Kutcher and his wife going to the Kabbalah centers. Okay, because they practice black magic under the guise of Judaism, and they're not tied together. I've already talked about many times.
Okay, I'm over call. He's just gonna continue on about this bullshit. We get it. What's going on Frank's Beach? Is it gonna load? Wow, My Pillow premiums for $29.98. What a deal!
We also have a pair for women that you can buy. They have all kinds of different colors. This
oh my
pair
God,
here
they're
is
selling
pink
my
and
slippers
gals.
on
And
the
nice
website
thick
right now.
rubber treads, that soft, feels like rabbit's fur, but I know it's not. I'll have to find out what it is, but boy, it's soft. So that there, again, these slippers, lots of people love those. Logan, what else do we got? Can you throw me a few things? Here's one other thing that came in today. This is my bathrobe. Now, one of my friends got one of these. He said that thing is so heavy, and it is heavy. If you like a big, heavy, thick bathrobe, well, that's what they produce at mypillow.com. They come in all kinds of colors. This one's gray. And
I see the social media site is going well. Good job, Mike.
Bathrobe, really thick. Again, I've had a lot of bathrobes. I love bathrobes, but I don't.
Yes,
like them thin.
these are all
nice and thick and
My
heavy.
Pillow,
And,
Mike
one of my
Lindell
friends said that
products.
about it when he got one. He wasn't kidding. It sure is. Let's see what else I got. What do you got there, Logan? Throw it at me. Oh, they got pajamas. Look at these pajamas. Oh, my wife loves this one. This is a throw blanket, and my wife told me to tell you because she opened a few of them. They also have the different patterns on it. So I don't know if she said, what was it she said? Cable netting or cable something or another. The cable, the women will know. I have no clue. But all kinds of different textures, all kinds of different colors. So
women know fabric, right?
For your bed or your couch. Pillows, we got medium. or not pillows, pajamas for men, pajamas for women. What else do we got here? Oh, more of the ones for the women. Now, they got these for the guys too. These you just slip on a lot easier. They don't have the back part per se up high, so you can just slip those puppies on. I mean, I could see a lot of people wearing these out around town, Blake, to be honest with you.
I'm glad they don't have the backs on them. Women don't know how to operate shoes.
Oh, towels. He's known for the technology he uses for the towels because it's actually towels that work. Towels that actually absorb the water.
Wow! So I've never had a towel that absorbs water before. Makes me question why I've even been buying towels.
Oh, of course, the Giza sheets. They come in all kinds of colors. Why do I feel like I'm missing something, Logan? Where are those men's slippers that have where you just slide them on? Those are a little different. Let me show those real quick. All of this is available. Use the promo code FRANK and save up to 66%. Here they are. These are for men. Look, they just slip on there. Again, nice thick soles, and it really is comfortable inside there. MyPillow.com. Use the promo code FRANK. Use the promo code FRANK. Save up to 66% off and support the continuation and growth of Lindell TV and the platform frankspeech.com. I just can't urge enough for you to do that right now. Will you tweet it, text it, Facebook, email? Tell your family and friends. Support Lindell TV, frankspeech.com by going to mypillow.com, where you're also supporting those 2,500 employees. You're getting great quality products for yourself that you need anyway, and you're supporting the expansion of conservative broadcast television that defends a Judeo-Christian.
This isn't broadcast television. It's an internet live stream. Do you know what broadcast television is?
Frank. Welcome back to Brandon House Live. Thanks for joining us here on Lindell TV, streaming on frankspeech.com. Pretty excited about the June 12th rally coming up in Somerset, Wisconsin. I think there's a big announcement coming soon, but we'll let Mike Lindell make that as to who else has confirmed being there with us. But we know that we're going to have Mike Lindell, obviously, as a keynote speaker, Diamond and Silk, Dinesh D'Souza. We're going to have with us Charlie Kirk, a whole long lineup, frankspeech.com, frankspeech.com for more details. June 12th, the MAGA Frank Rally. MAGA Frank Rally, June 12th.
They got a really good deal on Charlie Kirk because Mike Lindell pays people based on the size of their face relative to the rest of their head. So they got a steal.
Details at frankspeech.com. Someone texted and wanted to know to ask my producer, why is he always looking off to the right? Because there's a big gigantic monitor over there and I can see who's on the screen and what screenshots we're at and whether I'm on the screen or not, which means I can take some drink of water or scratch my ear. It also happens to be where all those graphics we were looking at with Dr. Judy were on that screen over there, so I can see them too. So someone wanted to know, why is he always looking off to his right? The questions you guys ask. All right, joining me now, sometimes I look off to my left because there's a gigantic screen over here with a guest on it over here. So sometimes I look over here if you want to know. Sometimes I look down there because Delta might be laying down there taking a nap. So I don't know. Any other questions about where I'm looking? There you go. Joining me now is Kevin Freeman. I'm not supposed to be looking off to my right to see you, but Kevin, you're such a nice-looking guy. I can't help myself. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good, Brandon. How are you?
Good. What did you think of that interview with Dr. Judy? Were you watching some of that?
I did. I watched it. It's frightening. I mean, it's unbelievable. I've watched the pandemic before, but then to hear her just rattle that stuff off, she knows it by heart, and it's very scary.
Well, and my producer and I were talking during the break, even if you didn't understand a lot what she's saying, at least, folks, she's giving the documentation for the doctors and the experts out there that do, and she's letting the deep state know she's got the goods on them, and we just recorded it, and we've got it all documented. But I think it's very important that we are showing and trying to understand as much as we can as lay people. So same thing goes with finances. Sometimes.
Jesus Christ, I hate these people. All right, what else we got? Oh, this guy's trash. This is a guy that someone... I'm going to try and work him into my Chud Watch rotation. Someone in my comments the other day was like, you should debate Undead Chronic. And I was like, who the fuck is Undead Chronic? I've literally never heard of this person. And he just gives the absolute worst takes on everything. He's another, like, red pill incel MGTOW guy. I can say incel here because we're on YouTube, which is nice. He's an incel. So let's see. What are we going to watch from his channel to get a taste. Let's get a taste. What are his most popular videos? There's a video on Shu. We could do this. Oh, he has a really cringe opening, too. Why do all these people have, like, models in their openings or in their videos?
Hey guys, it's Undead Chronic. Back again with another response video. This time, we're gonna have a great time. Such a beautiful roast. We are responding to a video from the hill, and it is basically a hill composed of the manure, the sewage, running off of the just pile of refuse known as Washington, D.C. We're talking about the hill, the capital. We're talking about politics. Look at these leftists at this glass table. This chick's got shoulder pads like she's some like knockoff Dragon Ball Z cosplayer.
Ooh, Dragon Ball reference. Got her.
I don't know who she's trying to cosplay as though with these trapezoid tatas.
Ugh. He's not very good at this, is he?
But maybe she, you know, those are pectorals.
His rant Sona, by the way, is a zombie that's a weed smoker. So points for originality, I guess.
She's been hitting the gym. You know, it looks like she's got more muscle than, you know, knockoff brand Jonah Hill over here. Look at this look, this guy's got 2 coffee cups. He's
one probably has coffee and one probably has water. I've seen people do that.
Not even pretending to care about using their useless rising. Look, this dude's name, Sagar. Yeah, I need a cigar full of weed that's a blunt to deal with these leftist fools.
Wow, he took the long way around for that joke, didn't he? Oh, God.
He's not even using his damn coffee cup. There's some brand dude, like some intern, some marketing intern who's tearing out his hair right now. He's like,
again, someone wanted me to debate this idiot. That would be embarrassing.
Sagar's not using the coffee cup. It's in front of his. He's got his sticker not being branded. Looking like a fool. He's not double fisting. Although, you know what? If I was up here, I'd have like a coffee cup full of vodka and a coffee cup full of, you know, Kush tincture. But I could just go on and on and on and roast this dude's hairline. Look, it's not even a right angle. It's obtuse.
1 second. I gotta text someone. I forgot.
This is...
I apologize. Okay.
This is just, I don't know what kind of Jenga. You know what happened? I bet the barber was just clowning on this dude, and him and his friend was playing Jenga on the side of his cranium, and he just like messing around. Oh, wherever block balls was just like, you know, randomly cut into this dude's hairline. And don't get me started on this chick's hairline. Look, it's retreating back here.
Is he actually going to comment on anything substantive, or is he just going to insult how he perceives them to look for the whole time? I thought we were going to talk about Shu. Where's Shu?
Let's just address right out the gate. On the same day as the Capitol Hill insurrection, if there was actually an insurrection, females like this wouldn't be comfortable. It wouldn't. No, seriously, I'm dead serious. If there was an actual violent insurrection, there wouldn't be comfortable political, you know, leeches, you know, like a group fish. What's a fish? Like some kind of parasitic fish You know, there's a type of arthropod that'll eat a.
Ed caught the reactions of Trump supporters after she asked them if burning the American flag should actually be legal. Let's watch some of the responses.
I mean, it's a First Amendment issue. Somebody wants to burn it. I suppose I support the right. I served in the military to support people's rights to do a lot of weird things that I don't agree with.
No.
No?
No, I've served in the military. That's not what I served for.
It's a free country. People want.
Look at these absolute chads out here. Look at this guy. This guy's off like the cover of Far Cry 5.
You're not supposed to like the villains in Far Cry 5, zombie stoner. You know that, right?
You know what's funny? I can guarantee you, Shoeonhead was extremely distracted trying to ask questions to this Chad Rum.
Look, I don't know June's type, nor do I care. None of my business. But it's weird to me that Zombie Stoner thinks Shoeonhead's taste in men is exactly the same as his. Like, dude, if you like this burly mountain man, that's great. And it's possible, I guess, that June is into this kind of dude, too. Again, I don't care. But, like, you understand that not everyone has the same taste in partners, right? Just because you think this guy is hot doesn't mean she thinks he's hot.
It's hilarious. All these leftist chicks, all of them, they all want masculine, more right-wing dudes.
Okay, I'm sure some people do. Saying that as a truism, you're gonna need to support that with some sort of data.
Dudes that respect themselves, dudes that lift. And no, that doesn't include Hassan Piker and Vegan Gaines, because the only thing they lift is weighted dildos into various sphincters of each other's, and that doesn't count. Absolutely doesn't count. But this,
have you had something in your butt? It feels pretty good,
dude. He's trying to lay down the law and Shoeonhead here. I can just tell. I can just tell from here, boys.
Want to do something? Then it's their right to do it as long as you're not hurting other people. I don't care what you do.
It should not be legal. Not in this country.
Definitely not.
Now imagine if you went to a Black Lives Matter Shoeonhead and you asked them, hey, do you think it's okay for white people to say the N-word? Pretty much, you know,
okay or illegal? Because that's not what she's asking. She's not asking, is it okay to burn the American flag? She's asking, should it be legal to burn the American flag? It is legal for you to say the N-word, but is it okay? Not really. If we're talking about, you know, social consequences and that it's a dick move, yeah, you shouldn't do that. But it's not illegal and never has been. So, not exactly a good equivalence, is it?
Question designed to inflame the left, those people in that crowd. You think you'd be inflaming these people. Because if you walk up to a crowd of people waving American flags and you say, hey, should it be legal to burn the American flag? You're basically violently aggressive, you know, you're kind of violently assault them with words as a left.
I can't even say the N-word anymore, but if you go up and ask a question to people politely for your YouTube, that's assault with words. Okay, wow.
I would say. And, you know, she hasn't been assaulted, she hasn't been spat on, she hasn't been nothing's bad happened to her. Now, go to a Black Lives Matter crowd with a microphone and ask people if it's okay for a white person to say the N-word. Because I can guarantee you, Shoeonhead, I can guarantee you, you would wish you had a couple of these conservative dudes with beards around to protect you.
This is so fucking pathetic. You ever spend all your time sitting in your house making hypothetical scenarios to try and make Shoeonhead feel sorry for becoming left on economic issues and move somewhat further left on social issues?
After you get violently attacked by the Black Lives Matter activists that you think are on your side. You know, I don't do too much political commentary because it's just too boring. It's just both sides are simps. Like, look at these two dudes. This is like, literally, this is like the two devils in the Disney movie from Hades. What was it? Pain and like agony and fear or whatever. These two dudes, I can just see the simp thirst in both of their eyes. Oh my goodness, just disgusting. Ugh. See, if we ever had a red pill rally,
I thought you just said you thought that right-wingers were alpha male chads, and now you're insulting these two right-wing Trump supporters. That's not consistent. Now they're simps because they're talking to Shu? What?
Me and Ray, we talk about this. We have Red Pill Rally. We're checking chicks' IDs at the gate, and if they're like a lick above, and I say a lick, like, you know, the time it takes a frog to lick, you know, it's like 3-4 seconds, fully like your doorpost out and sound, you know, the time it takes a frog to lick, you know, the edge of your shoe when you're out in Atlanta, 9 p.m. trying to go, you know, hunt for bullfrogs.
Is this a colloquialism? Is he trying to come up with a colloquialism on the spot and he's flailing? What is this?
Feed your southern
and the time it takes a bullfrog to lick your shoe.
Boys, you know, some fried frog legs. Ruby doesn't condone that. But these chicks past 18, 19, they're not going to a Red Pill rally. But these dudes, look at these dudes. So thirsty. It's sad. It's so sad. Hey, but at least Sean Head gets her ego pumped up, right?
Absolutely not. Heck no.
It's unacceptable, period.
The libertarian thinks it should be illegal to burn the American flag. These dudes are all LARPing. This is why I don't go to these kind of rallies. It's like a bunch of, again, simps, cucks, just degenerates, just dudes. You know, this is why I'm not a libertarian either.
Is this a dude who sits in his basement all day and literally just smokes weed and tells himself he's better than everyone because he thinks everyone's a simp or a cuck? That's depressing.
This is why Chronic's political party, and Chronic's political party is, I'm part of the Warband Party. Now, what is a Warband Party? It's a political system that says the warband should have absolute domination over everything. We should burn down the soybean fields at will. We should make the cuck boys scream and squeal when we smash the thoughts right in front of them and leave them to clean up the zinc-ridden bodies. And, you know, when we go to war against the feminist piglets, we roast them. Like a little barbecue. But this dude's acting a fool. We're not even a minute into this video. I could honestly go on for hours about this, but we'll end this one soon. Don't worry, boys.
Literally wearing something that says the First Amendment.
Look at this creature. Chew on Head's like, look at the hypocrisy. He says to support the First Amendment, but he shouldn't burn a flag. Chew on Head, you use Twitter. By using Twitter, you are complying with mass censorship.
Is this guy serious? From the videos I've seen, he appears to be.
What are you doing? You go, Chronic, aren't you complying with mass YouTube censorship? Quite the contrary. You see the number above my name? How about you ask some of my subs what that number means? I'm done explaining it.
Okay, but you're still on the platform, which is the same exact thing you're accusing Shu of and saying she's supporting censorship for. Even though Twitter can't censor you, there are private companies. Censorship is when the government tells you not to do something, not when a private company does.
But yeah, why would I take any kind of political argument seriously from some chick who smashed into the wall so hard? I can just tell, even with the mask Shoe on Head, you're not 18 anymore. Let's be honest here. She is heartbroken because her fat cucklet, what was his name? His name was what? Armored Skeptic. I called him Armored Cuck. Armored Cuck broke up with you when you done turned 20. I heard he broke up with her on her birthday.
I don't know anything about June and Greg's breakup, and frankly, it's none of my fucking business. But I find it very interesting that the kind of people who are the quickest to insult people based upon their looks are also the same people who tend to hide behind stupid avatars like this. I would love to see what this guy looks like in real life. Not even because I'd make fun of him specifically, because I don't do that, but just like for reference, you know? Just put him on the screen next to it so we can see who is insulting other people's looks. I think that's fair.
Oh, man. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. The cuck strikes back. You know, maybe I'll make an analysis of their relationship, and I'll call it, like, you know, Soy Wars. Think I can get Armored Cuck on a stream? Or he probably doesn't. He's probably.
It's like he's. How do I put this? It's like he has 7 or so words that he peppers into every sentence, like sporadically, and that's his whole personality. Simp, cuck, simp, cuck, beta. Oh god, soy, leftist. Did I already say simp? I probably said simp. I don't know.
Still cuck to the max. You wouldn't want to talk about his ex-queen. It's so funny though.
He's like, no, it should be illegal.
Hell no.
Hell no. I think anybody should burn the American flag should have their ass stomped.
This dude doesn't have to even stomp someone's ass. He just has to, like, you know, fall on them. He's like a big bowling pin. You're like, this is American meat and muscle in McDonald's. This is the power of the American Chad. Some dude behind him just pushes him and rolls it. We're going to find an incline and put all the liberals down at the bottom. And then we're going to leave a little burger at the bottom. We're going to get Billy here. We're going to push him down and get rolled down and solve all the problems in America in one fell strike. Oh, so big.
No, I don't. No? I think that's disrespecting them. So disrespect should be illegal.
All right, so joining us now.
Oh, can we put the mask on? Please. Please.
See, this is pathetic to me. And again, I don't like commenting on people's looks at all in any direction. But, like, June... I'm trying to do this in a way that isn't creepy. June is a lovely woman, right? June's, you know, she looks fine. Like, the fact that this guy is showing footage of her on the news where she, like, you could not more evidently see that she's, like, done up in nice makeup and she did her hair very nice and she's wearing a cute outfit, like, and him trying to tell you she's ugly when she clearly isn't is so fucking sad and desperate on his part to be like, let me have something to say about this. I have to call June ugly because she's a woman and the only quality you can talk about a woman about is how she looks. Like, what the fuck?
Buddhas. I'm about to start crying here. Nobody's in the room to cry. I don't have Ribby here. I don't have Taylor here. I've got nobody here. It's just me and this gargoyle. Honestly, she looks like she belongs in a wax museum or like a Tim Burton film. Like a knockoff Tim Burton film that was damaged so that, you know, it looks like everybody hit the wall early.
Now to discuss video YouTuber Shuonhead herself, also known as June Lapine. Great to see you, June. Thanks.
Why are you smiling? 5 seconds before you start.
Because she's on a national news program and they said hi and she's greeting them. What? What do you mean, why is she smiling? The funny thing is, too, I guarantee if she wasn't smiling, he'd be the exact type of person who'd be like, why isn't she smiling? Can't ever make these people happy.
Start talking. This is so fake. She would be so much better served. You know what she should be doing instead of, like, trying to LARP as a leftist journalist reporter? If she was smart, you know. This is for you, Shu, if you're going to listen to this. I know you listen to your haters. I know you can tell that Undead Chronic spends quite a many evening at the gym, multiple hours, might I add. So we got some testosterone here. So take my career advice. Or you even hit me up. Just hit me up. I'll give you a personal session. But stop LARPing like a reporter and make YouTube videos. You get like a 2 mil subs on YouTube.
Is Shu up to 2 million subs? Holy shit! Hold on.
Hello, friends.
1.59. God damn.
Yeah, you're a lefty. You'll stay monetized. How about you just, you know, live your life out as like a Twitch thought or a YouTuber thought? Just game. If this chick live streamed on YouTube gaming, wearing some kind of somewhat revealing outfit, do you realize how much?
Because the only thing a woman is valuable for is wanting to make me jerk off and not to actually say anything of substance. Jesus Christ. I feel like if you were to debate this guy, he'd try to get you suspended, banned by violating Twitch TOS 5 times a second. Yeah, I'm not going to talk to this guy. He sounds like an absolute idiot. What would the conversation even be? I can't have a discussion about anything. All he's going to do is say I'm ugly and call me a cuck or a simp or something. Like, what kind of conversation would that be?
Simp blood she could harvest from her fans. Oh my goodness. Shoot on head hit me up. We can make a lot of money. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying, we can make a lot of money. Fund the warband, sharpen our shields. On the edges, you know, you got like the serrated edges, so you can like hit the pigs. They're trying to jump over the shield wall and just slice them from below. And we can get your career started. So hit me up. I'll help you out, and we'll make some money off your Sims.
Thanks for joining us.
Welcome.
Hi. Thank you for having me on. Hi.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's also roast the fact that this chick makes a lot of money. I mean, let's be honest, she makes a lot of money. She makes more money than Chronic doing this YouTube game, at least. I mean, probably. I guarantee you she makes...
She definitely makes more money than you. You have 20,000 subscribers. She has 1.5 million. Yeah, she makes more money.
Makes probably thousands of times more money than Chronic, YouTube-wise. And she's using some crappy headphone mic to Skype in to some morning show.
I would imagine they're probably Apple brand, which are probably fine for this. It's possible because it's, well, no, because she's used a webcam. I don't know. That's on Shu, not me. Let's see how her audio sounds.
You can't afford to get like $100, even like a $30 USB mic. That's all you need.
She definitely has one. I'm pretty sure June does have an actual, like, mic setup.
A $30 USB mic, a little webcam, and a green screen. Maybe she has a green screen, but she's using a... What is this? Again, these people are supposed to be professionals, and they can't even manage to use the correct technology to, you know, have the best kind of quality audio to the audience.
How about a video? Where's your video camera, Chronic? Let's see your face.
I wonder if I would ever accept an appearance on a show. Probably not. I mean, I just don't anticipate it.
Yeah, no one wants to talk to you. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to keep on getting censored and beaten down by this leftist establishment. But until I lose the channel again, or from strikes for this video, let's get back to roasting.
Absolutely. So, you know, it's interesting. Why did you decide to go with the flag burning question? I feel like you're taking it back to like 1990s politics when that used to be a thing.
Well, in a video I did months ago, I briefly brought up when
the audio is serviceable. I assume she used that mic for some reason. Don't care.
Trump brought up how he wanted to put people in jail for a year for burning the flag. He was repeating that often towards the end of his presidency. It was like a talking point he just kept bringing up. Mm-hmm. So he's the one who brought it up back from the 90s. But
well, he is old, so that's true. Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a video about this, like this whole topic. And then at the last second, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go to a Trump rally and get like their opinions on this. So it was like a pretty big deal because like I haven't socialized in probably like a year.
11.
And like, I was like so nervous to do this.
13.
My microphone didn't work. I had to like.
Okay, let's just. What I'm counting now is filler words. Chronic will use some filler words, but I'm shooting this from the hip. Shoe on Head probably knew about this segment for like a day, right? Like a day, like a day, like a day, or like a day. Who knows? And she used 13 filler words. Shoe.
The only words you use are words to connect your various usage of cuck, soy, and simp. And you're accusing other people of using filler words? So far in this entire discussion, you haven't had a single thing of substance to say. All you do is insult people's looks. That's all you have. What are you doing?
You need a manager. Not a pimp. Not a pimp, although if you want to expand your profit making...
Haha, and the other joke. Haha, woman equals prostitute. Jokes, humor.
Abilities, Chronic could manage a lucky selection or lottery of simps, and a certain simp would win the right to take you on a date. But we can also work on your production values and drill you on a script. so you can succeed on TV. But you're not succeeding on TV. What are you doing? Get back to making YouTube videos. But I'm not sure who this really rolls. Is it Shonehead's fault or is it Rising's fault, right? Whatever dumbass show this is, we need the views. We need some YouTube stars. Oh, this is so pathetic. This is so cringe.
I would imagine. Pop Meat Kettle. It's probably a viral video. Again, June has like 1.5 million subscribers. Some of those videos are going to get more popular than that even. I imagine that video probably had a lot of views, and someone from whatever show this is, I don't really watch broadcast news, whatever show this is, saw that and was like, oh, let's have her on and have a quick, 5-minute segment about the topic at hand, because people saw this video and they're interested in it. That happens all the time on the news.
Look at this. Look at this face of... I thought I was going to make money off simps and have armored cuck around forever.
Okay, are we going to really... it doesn't really matter, but... This is irrelevant, but I do... How do you spell her channel name? Shonehead. There's an O in there somewhere. I don't know why he's talking about money, like she's hard up for money or something. Shonehead probably makes a ridiculous amount of money. I don't know if she has a Patreon. Let's see. Her estimated monthly earnings are between $445 and $8,700 per month. In my experience, Social Blade estimates usually the accurate, at least for me, tend to fall in the middle. So she's probably making about $4,000 a month on YouTube. Does Shonehead have a Patreon? She does have a Patreon, in which she is making, again, it might not be public information, she has 1,049 Patreons. Who knows exactly how much money she's making, but even if we say like a dollar per person, and the average is certainly going to be higher than that, then she's making at least $1,000-something a month from that. We could even jack it up to say $2,000. So she's making like $6,000 a month, probably more if I had to guess. But let's go with that for now. $6,000 a month times that times 12, that's $72,000 a year. That's pretty good. She's doing fine. Jesus Christ.
I need to calm down.
Oh, fake laughing. That's embarrassing.
I can't be too much of an asshole. People got, Chronic, why are you laughing at this poor woman? She's a full 30 years old. She's basically a grandma.
How old are you, zombie stoner guy? Just curious.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to donate to you. You should donate to paypal.me/TheUndeadChronic if you want to simp to anybody. Let's get back to this.
Improvise with like a fake microphone at the last minute. Everything about it was crazy. When I first arrived, the first thing I saw when I got to my hotel was a group of like boomers outside my hotel talking, and the first...
Yes. Let us make fun of people based on their age.
You literally just did that. You literally just made fun of her for being 30, and I don't even know how old Shu is. Again, I don't care. But you just made fun of someone for their age.
Let's make fun of people based on their politics. Let us make fun of people based on their gender.
That's literally, you're also doing all of those things.
Because...
But, like, a worse job at it. At least when Shu does this shit, usually it's at least a little clever, or she has something to say. You're just, like, insulting people for funsies, which is kind of pathetic.
Old white men who are conservative. Slandered boomers. We hate boomers. Just even calling them a group of boomers is funny, because fuck boomers, right? I would rather hang out with a bunch of boomers than this chick, or chicks like her.
Then go for it. Go do that. No one's stopping you. June certainly doesn't want to hang out with you.
I'm not very biologically driven to do certain activities with this chick, shit like that, due to her age, her wear and tear, and how crazy she acted a fool on YouTube. It's very unattractive to me.
Okay, good. She definitely doesn't want to fuck you either. Why do you feel the need to bring it up, you weirdo?
But I would help her out business-wise if she wanted to, come to arrangement.
He's definitely into her. This is coming from a very, very bitter, strange place, and I don't like it.
But the boomers would be funny. A boomer will buy me a beer or a shot of whiskey, and they'll, talk about their... James Von Maxwell is a boomer, right? Okay. He'll just shoot the shit with you. Those guys are cool. This chick, doesn't really add much to the equation.
First thing I hear is it's going to be like 1776 again. This is going to be the second, like, crazy stuff. But yeah, it was really fun to do. It was a last second thing. It was pretty spontaneous, and I'm really glad I did it though. I think it's an interesting topic. It's a test. It's like a freedom of speech, like test.
You don't believe in free speech.
I'm pretty sure Shu does. Shu's been, I think, pretty outspoken about that she doesn't like private platforms like, and again, this is going to depend on your, like, definition of these things, but June's been pretty outspoken about the fact that she doesn't like Twitter banning people in general, I'm pretty sure. So out of all the people on the left that you could talk to about this and try and complain about, she's, like, the worst one to do it. Like, someone like me... Sure, attack me for that, because I'm like, yeah, it's Twitter, they're a private platform, they can do what they want. But there are absolutely leftists who feel completely differently and are like, no one should ever be banned for any reason or whatever. And that's their opinion, and that's fine. But June is not the person to try and criticize for this, because she is not on board with, like, cancellation and shit. She makes fun of it.
Why are they trying to, like, do purity tests on freedom of speech? I'll be honest, I don't believe in freedom of speech either. I think people that don't believe in freedom of speech should be purged. And if I have to go down because I don't think they should have freedom of speech, I'll go down with the ship. I'll sacrifice Chronicle be your free speech sacrificial lamb. I'll take all leftists down with me. But Twitter, Jack Dorsey should not be allowed to speak in public. He should be house arrested, honestly.
Freedom of speech for me, not for the Jack Dorsey.
But no, that's not gonna happen. But you can get banned on Twitter because Jack Dorsey doesn't like you. It's not Jack Dorsey's fault. It's the whoever else's fault. Okay, whatever. All of them then. It's just like you pick all of them. They're all responsible. Julianhead's responsible. These leftist anchors are responsible. And
everyone's responsible for me getting banned off Twitter and YouTube except for me.
The fact that these honestly, I'll be honest, these type of chicks, these type of people truly represent America. This Canadian. It's hilarious. Who's the president? Joe Biden. Who supports Joe President? False plastic leftists. Bernie Sanders.
Again, irony, considering Shu is not a fan of Biden, nor are most people on, like, the left. It was just a better choice than Trump.
There's rejects. You guys ever play Fallout 3? You nuke Nuketown, you get the Nuketown refugees. Yeah, the Bernie Sanders political campaign got nuked, and now we're dealing with all these ridiculous, like, Nuketown, Burning Town refugees running around, trying to spread their cucketry everywhere. It's pathetic, it's disgusting, and I can't handle it anymore. But if you want to fund more videos like this, consider donating to paypal.me/theundeadchronic. It's been Undead guys. Take it easy.
Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. Is that supposed to be Sargon up here? Yikes. So this guy's really, really bad. We'll probably watch him more on the stream in the future. Weirdo. What else we got? Let's watch one of these cringy bold guy videos, huh?
Is anybody sitting here?
No. Excuse me. What are you doing?
Reading.
Why are you sitting right here?
I feel like you put... I don't know why, but I get the feeling that this guy's like, Ah, yes, let me bring in my dog-eared copy of Aldous Huxley's Brave New World to show women that I read literature. He's threatening to make
Would you like me
videos
to leave?
again. Yikes.
No, it's fine.
This is even, I would okay, it's not it's less harmful than actual pickup artistry because, you know, that involves harassing actual people. But this is cringier, I think, because it's not just pickup artistry, it's fan fiction pickup artistry. That's a lot of cat poop.
Yeah, you didn't empty it even though it was very full.
I know, I was going to empty it today.
Can you take off your shades for a second?
Why?
I want to confirm something.
What?
Take them off and I'll tell you. Why do you hide your eyes?
It's sunny. Fuck you.
I'm not hiding my eyes. They're sunglasses. You know, for the sun.
They make you look like a frog.
Yes, insult women. Neg them. Certainly that will make them want to deal with you.
Are you trying to be funny, rude, or just retarded?
Yikes.
Then maybe you should leave.
I would, but I just noticed you have a very big mouth. And I love a girl with a big mouth.
Have you ever been fucked in the face before? Because I think you'd love it.
Are you speaking from personal experience?
I want you to go fuck yourself.
Since you're a girl, could you give me some advice on how to fuck myself?
I could, but I'm not going to.
I think our relationship is moving too fast.
Really?
We're sitting here talking about face fucking, and we don't even know each other's names.
You will never know my name.
So you're into anonymous sex.
What if I told you that I'm not interested?
You'd be lying. So how about we go on date number 2?
What happened to date number 1?
We're having it right now.
You've got humongous balls.
Would you like to play with them?
Well, you better take my number quick, because my husband's coming.
Husband?
Who the fuck is this?
Hi, babe. I don't know who this is, but he's been hitting on me.
She never mentioned the husband.
Get up, motherfucker.
Well, your crotch is a little too close to my face. Step back and I'll get up.
It's not that easy, fuckhead.
Would you like to arm wrestle? You keep touching me. Are you attracted to me?
Fuck you.
God, this guy's the most obnoxious piece of shit in the universe.
Touch me again and I'll kick your girl's ass for instigating all this.
Up yours.
Oh, he knows martial arts too. That's good.
Are you okay? Babe! You're an asshole!
Wow, and now he's... Okay, no.
Only if you insist.
What the fuck? That, like, at least in the other ones, he like, got what he wanted, I guess. He got the... In this one, he's just a fucking asshole who assaults 2 people. What the shit? Am I supposed to look at that and be like, oh, what a badass? Like, what is the point? What is the point? Oh, Jesus Christ, I hate him.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. By the way, one of the great whatsoever, because it's supposed to be blue skies.
I think it's about climate change. I'm not going to watch another call for an uprising video. I don't need to do 2 in one stream, but...
I feel like I have to make this change. Because if I don't do something, if I don't do anything, it's just gonna continue. It's gonna continue, and it's gonna repeat the same cycle that I'm so sick of, that you're so sick of watching, that I need to make an action. I keep saying, oh, let's divorce. Oh, let's break up. And no one leaves. Orland doesn't leave. He says he wants to leave. He doesn't leave. Oh, I say it's time for me to leave. I don't leave. If someone would show up, but they...
Jesus Christ, Nick. What are you doing? What are Nick's most popular videos of all time? God, Nick used to be... I feel so... I don't know if you guys know about Nick, but it's like a really, really sad story. This is the mukbang guy.
Hey, little sloths, it's me!
Look at all this food he's gonna eat. Look at this.
It's Sonic toothbrush. This is a...
Oh, warning. This is like, you know, disordered eating stuff. This is binge eating. So if you don't want to watch that, we're not gonna watch the whole thing. I just kind of want to skip through it real quick and show you, because, yikes.
UV sanitation box.
I think that's an ad for the toothbrush.
But recently...
Did he just dip that cheeseburger in mayonnaise?
They just gotta go. Okay, Bridget, hi. She wants to know, this is for my Twitter.
Like, one quarter pounder with cheese, single, will fill me up. And I'm a large person, right? Like, I get it. But oh, it looks like ranch. That's even worse. But, like, 1 quarter pounder with cheese makes me feel full, overly full. And yet he's gonna eat a quarter pounder with cheese and then all this other stuff? It hurts. It makes me want to throw up just looking at it.
How long have you and Orland been together? We've been together for 6 years. Tell us about your first date. Well, man. Okay. Well, she wants to know what was our first date. So this was the type of stuff we were into. Chicken skin. This is the type of stuff we were into. Natural stuff. Okay, we'll stop there. Well, actually, I'm just thinking of the time that,
How much of this does he actually get through? Not most of it, I guess. He took a chunk out of these nuggets and this famous bowl and these things, whatever they are.
Yeah, because I don't see her very often. You for years.
Jesus. Polished off the famous bowl.
We're back home.
And the McDonald's nuggets.
We're home. Hello. I was in first grade. I like it. I like the attention.
Yeah.
I still had it. I'd be complete.
If Nick isn't dead within 5 years, I'd be shocked. Genuinely. If he doesn't, like, completely change basically everything about him. In terms of, you know, food consumption. Is he gonna eat the hair pasta? He just does freak out videos sometimes because it gets some views. Sad.
Hello, students. This is what I'm about to eat right now, and I'm so excited. Check this out, vegan pizza. This is vegan meat, vegan cheese, You've got all kinds of veggies on there. You've got
Honestly, I'm surprised she's even okay with, like, vegan meat substitute. I guess I kind of assumed she'd be like, no, we shouldn't be trying to replicate the taste and texture of meat. But I guess she's fine with it. Surprising.
a tomato, you've got some onions and some olives, green peppers, some zucchini. It's all just the same stuff as any other pizza. So you can see that you can also eat vegan pizza. Why wouldn't you? Why pay for murder if you don't have to?
Because it tastes good.
Look at this. It's all juicy. There's some mushrooms there. This vegan sausage here tastes so good. It's all spicy. So all you do is in your own neighborhood, just Google vegan pizza and you will get some. There's an app that you can go to that's called Happy Cow, and they will tell you all the names of the different places around the world that have healthy vegan food.
That's cool.
My dog Bella is over there having a great time. She's playing in the water. My mother-in-law is keeping an eye on her there. And we get to sit here and have a delicious lunch on this beautiful day here in Montreal, Canada. In the comment section, right where you are in the world. And also let me know, do you ever get vegan pizza? What do you like to get on it? Where do you order it from? Where are you in the world? Like, which cities are you in? I'm so curious as to where everybody comes from. There are so many amazing vegans around the world. And I know so many of you who think that being vegan is crazy, but it's really not. There can be dogs that are vegan, and there are several here in this park playing. And very many humans around the planet are vegan. My own doctor is vegan. He's been vegan for many years. He wasn't before until he started doing research. He's vegan because he thinks it's good for his health. I'm vegan because I think it's good for the animals. Some people become vegan because they find out it's the best thing for the environment. Whatever way you end up being vegan, the important thing is that you stop hurting animals. You stop paying for their exploitation. Chickens, cows, pigs, lambs, all these animals want to live. None of them want to be harmed. And just like you, they want to play. They want to have a good life. You can see the dogs in the water there in the distance, and you cannot tell which ones are vegan. It's impossible to tell because they all look the same. So, let me get back to my pizza. Thanks a lot for watching. I wish that you could be here with me and have a slice. But in the meantime, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and for pressing the notification bell. Thank you to everyone who's been supportive of me and my work here on YouTube. Thank you to everybody who's moderating. Hello, students! How well do you know the subject of veganism? How much do you know about the animals? How much do you know about your own body? Do you see something in this picture that looks like it doesn't belong there? Got some books, a few animals, got a bit of food there. Do you see anything else?
Pee.
What do you think this is?
Pee.
Do you think it's apple juice? Looks like it could be. But actually it's not. It's my pee.
Do you want to see the vegan teacher's pee? Is that a no?
It was an ew? No, gross.
When was the last time you measured your pee?
Sophomore year of college.
Okay, well, I think she thinks you should measure your pee more often.
Because we did an experiment where we all had to drink a liter of liquid. Each person, it was groups of 4. Each person in the group drank a different liquid. And so I just had water. Someone had fruit punch. Someone else had, I don't even remember. And we had to measure and see which drink produced the most pee.
How did they... I mean, some people could have come to class with more hydrated than others in the first place, so that's not a very good metric. Okay.
That's right. You heard correctly. This morning, I measured my pee, and it is 600 cc's. Did I have to...
That feels like a lot of pee. Maybe I just don't pee a lot. Maybe I'm dehydrated, because that looks like a lot of pee. But also her pee is yellower than mine is often, so I don't know.
Go badly? Yeah. But sometimes when I feel like I really have to go badly, there's only 400 cc's in there. Why is that? Why is that sometimes we feel like, oh my God, stop the car, I have to go right away. And then you realize there's not actually that much in there. And other times it's like, oh, stop the car, I really have to go badly. And there is a lot. Well, the important thing here is that you learn about your own body. You understand your body. When you pee, it's important that you check and make sure that the color is good. It shouldn't be cloudy. It should be clear. This pee is very clear. It shouldn't be too dark. If it's too dark, it means...
I pee clear. It depends. If I wake up in the morning, because why do you don't want to hear about my pee? No one wants to hear about my pee. See, she's got me talking about pee.
Means that it's too concentrated and you might be dehydrated. If your pee is extra yellow, it might also mean that you just took a vitamin pill. That can sometimes change the color as well. The reason that it's important to measure your pee and to know your body, not just your pee, but your pulse and all kinds of things, your weight, know your body, is because let's say you're out somewhere on a long road trip and you need to go and there's no truck stop around. If you really know your body, you can kind of feel it and you think to yourself, okay, I really feel like I have to go, but actually, I probably only have 400 cc's in my bladder right now, and I could probably wait. Other times, you'll think to yourself, okay, I really need to go to the washroom now, and there's a truck stop coming up, and I better go because I can feel it. I'm already at 500 cc's.
Okay, I don't need to listen to her talk about her pee.
Hello students! Today we're going to be listening to a presentation by somebody here who calls himself Charisma on Command. I wrote it down here. You guys get your notebooks ready and you can also fill it out like this with the good and the bad. I already gave him a check mark because he's already making an effort to talk about how to argue with someone who won't listen. And we, of course, as vegans understand this perfectly. We're constantly faced with people who will not listen. It seems like we're talking to people, we're explaining to them about the documentaries they should watch, and it just goes right over their head, just goes like in one ear and out the other. So this is a mystery. Maybe we can learn something from watching this presentation.
It seems to be harder than ever to get through to people logically. In fact, some of the smartest people have the most sophisticated psychological booby traps.
Oh yeah, check mark for that. Absolutely, you are completely right about that.
When it comes to heated subjects. So in this video, we are going to break down why sometimes people won't listen to reason even when they're smart, and what techniques you can do to finally get through to those people so that they see the light.
This is so exciting. Do you think that we will finally get an answer? Do you think that this video is going to tell us, give us the magic pill to help everyone in the world become vegan? This is going to explain to us how we should be talking to people, how we can get them to watch the documentaries, Earthlings, Cowspiracy, Seaspiracy, Dominion Movement, Forks Over Knives. Let's see.
The first thing that you need to realize is that people can fall into a pit that makes them impervious to reasoned argument.
Do you see that? Cognitive dissonance. Yes, absolutely. So he is talking about it. Yes, it's where people fall into a pit where they just don't see clearly. Let's see how he defines it.
What pushes them into that pit is called cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is the state of having thoughts, actions, beliefs, or desires that are inconsistent with one another. The classic example is someone who smokes, knows that smoking kills, yet says that they want to live a long, healthy life.
Or somebody who says that they are good to animals, they love animals, they're petting their dog, and at the same time they're taking a bite out of a chicken.
See, this is interesting because it takes both statements at absolute face value without understanding the nuance behind each potential statement. So for instance, in the case of someone who wants to live a long, healthy life, but they smoke. they can want to live a long, healthy life, but also recognize that they enjoy smoking. I don't think you should smoke. Don't smoke nicotine, please. Bad for you. But let's say someone understands that, understands the risks, and still decides they want to, for whatever reason. I don't inherently think that is cognitive dissonance. It's wanting to be healthy, but recognizing that there are some things you're unhealthy about, and then maybe that person, even within the footage, it was someone who was working out while smoking. Maybe it's someone who takes other steps to try and make themselves healthier, or something along those lines. Similarly, someone can say they love animals, but also say, well, what I really mean when I say I love animals is I don't want the unnecessary suffering of animals, right? Or specifically, I enjoy domesticated animals and want them to never be harmed. Usually statements that appear pretty broad at face value when you actually, like, hammer in on them become much more nuanced and specific, and it isn't inherently cognitive dissonance to recognize that.
Or out of a pig. Or out of a cow. That's what they do. Cognitive dissonance.
Their beliefs and their actions don't seem to match up. Now, having one's own cognitive dissonance pointed out is uncomfortable. That's because there's often an unspoken cost to changing certain actions.
Yes, absolutely right. Yes, it is uncomfortable for a lot of people because there's a cost involved. That means they're going to have to change their behavior. Once it's pointed out to them, once you say to them, why the fuck aren't you vegan yet? You can't be a good person if you're not vegan. Then they suddenly get their guard up and they don't know what to do. They're like angry at the messenger. They're mad at you because they don't want to change their habits. They don't want to stop eating these
I love you too.
These dead animals that they're used to. They don't want to change the milk from cow's milk to soy milk or from cow's milk to oat milk, although they should. They don't want to stop eating eggs because they're just so used to it and it tastes
Soy milk isn't too bad. Soy milk's pretty good.
good. And
I can't say I've had oat milk. Have you had oat milk? Yeah, I love it. Is it better than, would you like it better, the same, or worse than soy milk?
I dislike soy milk in general.
Well, you normally get soy milk, though.
No, I normally get almond milk.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. That's what I was thinking of. Almond milk, not soy milk. My bad. So you like almond milk better than oat milk?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like almond, oat, then soy.
All right. Almond, oat, soy.
They don't think that their taste buds are worth more than the life of an animal, but they don't get it. They can't make that connection. They make excuses. Say, well, the animals aren't hurt that badly, and no, I don't need to watch Dominion Movement. I don't need to watch Earthlings.
I've seen Earthlings. It's profoundly disturbing, and I don't like factory farming, but that doesn't mean I'm against consuming animals in general.
I already know what goes on there, but they don't, and they refuse to learn. Now, I had an interesting quote earlier from another video, and this reminds me here. It says, you see that? It says, it's not what you know, it's what you could know if you wanted to. You see that quote? And that's what happens. They could know the truth, but they block it out. They don't want to. So that's called cognitive dissonance.
Or opinions. In this case, stopping smoking would lead to painful withdrawals. So the most common way that people make cognitive dissonance more bearable is by sneakily changing another thought or action, even if that one makes them irrational. That means that our smoker who can't quit only has irrational paths out of cognitive dissonance. They may point to individuals who smoked without consequence.
Exactly. They might point to all of these different things. Well, look, millions of people eat animals. Billions of people. Look at all the McDonald's in the world. Look at all the Burger Kings. There can't be anything wrong with it. I mean,
how many people are in the world? Almost 8 billion. We're almost at 8 billion. So let's assume 8 billion. We're just going to round up. I would imagine if 8 billion people are on the planet, 7.9999999999999 billion people eat meat.
My mother, she's a good person, and she buys the groceries every week, and she brings home a chicken that's had its throat slit so it must be okay.
Insist that they have the healthiest genes, or say that they don't care if they die early, even when they really do. The big takeaway is that sometimes, especially in
that last one though, people all the time make little concessions and say like, sure, this thing might not be the healthiest thing for me, but it improves my quality of life in some specific way that allows me to take that risk-benefit analysis and determine that the risk is worth the benefit. In the case of, not being vegan, I enjoy, meat or dairy or whatever enough that it's worth the cost for people. Or the person in the hypothetical scenario likes smoking enough that they're willing to take the risks associated with it in stride, right? That's not necessarily cognitive dissonance. It's just pointing out, hey, everything we do has consequences. Are you willing to accept those consequences or not?
Politics, religion, or emotional life choices, the most ridiculous belief that we have is the one that is most difficult to change.
So he's bringing up the idea of religion and politics, which is what I bring up all the time. People say, well, my religion says that it's okay because Jesus ate fish or some bullshit, so therefore it must be okay. Even though Jesus isn't here right now, and we are quite sure that if Jesus was here and he went to a factory farm, he would be mortified at the Auschwitz that he would encounter.
That's actually a good question, not necessarily specific to the character of Jesus. Whether we're talking about the figure depicted in the Bible or we're talking about the real individual that Jesus is based off of, doesn't matter. Anyone from the past, prior to factory farming, I genuinely wonder if you took like a farmer from the 1600s or the 1700s and you brought them to a factory farm and showed them, would they be horrified because being a farmer, they probably have not like a pet relationship with the animals. At the end of the day, they're livestock and they know they're going to kill them. But I imagine they still respect their animals, right, that they're taking care of to an extent. Would they be horrified that the animals that are being raised in these factory farms, would they be horrified at the mistreatment, or would they just be impressed by the efficiency? Genuinely curious as a thought experiment. Is she Christian? No, not to my knowledge. I think she's an atheist.
At the Holocaust, the animal Holocaust that he would see, absolutely, it would freak him out. And he would say, what the fuck have you been doing while I've been gone? And why the fuck are you people all not vegan yet? That's what Jesus would do. But people look at the Bible and they find out.
Don't know about that one. If Jesus wanted people to be vegan, he probably would have said that.
Kinds of, they flip through it and they're like, oh yeah, okay, it says here that he ate fish. Never mind the fact that it says, thou shalt not kill. Oh, even that they managed to twist around.
Yeah, he meant people.
They say, well, that doesn't apply to animals. Cognitive dissonance.
That is why smart people cling to silly positions. It's also why it's critical that you recognize cognitive dissonance if you're ever going to get through to those people. Because the worst thing that you can do in moments where people are deep in a cognitive dissonance shutdown is to continue with logical argument.
Oh, that is so disappointing to hear. So true, but so disappointing to hear, right?
But you don't...
You're talking to somebody, let's say you're a new vegan and you're super happy. And by the way, happy Vegan Declaration Day to all of you who are vegan. And you think to yourself, well, my dad...
For her, every day is Vegan Declaration Day, if you don't know. And if you wonder why she says that in every video almost.
He's really smart. He's an engineer or he's a doctor or whatever. So I'm going to tell him all about what I just learned. I'm going to tell my dad, let's say you're 15 years old or whatever, and you say, hey Dad, I decided to become vegan because I read all of these interesting things. I was listening to that vegan teacher. I went to see 10 different documentaries that she recommended. I've educated myself. I've watched at least 15 hours of documentaries. I've gone and Googled all kinds of things, and I realized that being vegan is the best thing for us and for the environment and of course the animals.
1 second, folks. That's good. You heading out? Alright, love you.
1 second, I want to show chat.
Okay. Let me switch the camera.
hard to see, but both of our girls were sitting on the couch looking out the window. Right by each other. Alright, I love you.
Me too. Drive safe.
I will. I'm right here, you don't have to scream.
Sorry, I have my headphone in.
I love you so much, you know.
I love you too.
Okay. Do you need anything before I go?
Nope. Text me when you get home.
I will.
Bye.
Huh?
Bye.
Thought you said good night.
Dad.
I'm like,
Good night.
not going to sleep.
Sleep time. See you later.
Do you want to be vegan with me? And then Dad's like, no. And then Dad tries to make all kinds of excuses. Sometimes teenagers are smarter than their own parents. And yeah, because of cognitive dissonance, people block it off, even the smart people. So I'm going to give another check mark for this because it's really good. So far, though, I'm not hearing anything about veganism. So you know what? I'm going to give an X for that because by this time in the presentation, I would have hoped that charisma on command would have said something like what I've been saying. For example, yeah, you know, this is why the world is not vegan yet.
The irony is, and I don't know if this video is actually about veganism, the one that she's watching, but she seemed to imply that he might at some point. If he does, the fact that she's saying you didn't bring up veganism yet, therefore, love you too, bye. The fact that she's like, you didn't bring up veganism yet, bear in mind, this is still the first minute 45 seconds of the video. The fact that she's like, you should have brought up veganism in the first minute, kind of illustrates her misunderstanding of rhetoric, because this is part of her problem, is she's not subtle in any way. She's not pragmatic, she's not effective, she's a punch to the face in terms of her messaging, a really condescending punch to the face. So what this guy's doing in talking about this is probably a more effective way of talking about veganism if that is in fact what he is doing.
Because of cognitive dissonance, and we need to find a way to get to these people. But, you know, maybe he's going to have a solution. I hope he talks about veganism.
Will just drive them deeper into irrationality. So here are 7 tells.
This guy that you just saw here on screen before, his name is Sam Harris, and he is somebody who knows what goes on, for example, with the animals, and yet he still pays for their rape, their torture. You know, they cut the testicles off of baby pigs when they're born. They just cut them out with no anesthetic. They take out their teeth. They cut their tails off, no anesthetic. They put chickens, and they put the baby chicks into these machines where they clip the tips of their beaks off. They don't care. You know, Sam Harris knows this goes on, and he's always talking about ethics, and yet he is stuck in cognitive dissonance. It is absolutely fascinating. Fascinating, because how do people break out of it? That's the mystery. How did you become vegan? How did you stop making all these justifications to yourself? How did you stop with your, oh, but I need bacon, and bacon's so good? How did you stop with your jokes? That's why I tell people who are watching this channel to take notes, to write down things like that I say.
It's interesting that she frames that as if it's a joke. It's not. Like, genuinely, if I didn't like the taste of meat and dairy, I'd be a vegan, but I do, so I'm not. It's not a joke. I'm not joking if I say something like that. It's a legitimate justification.
Because I believe it takes 100 clicks until you're vegan. It has to penetrate your head. It has to penetrate your heart. You have to make every connection possible a little bit at a time. This might just be one click for you, understanding what cognitive dissonance is. But when you become vegan, people say it happens to them sometimes overnight, but it doesn't. It's so fascinating. So take notes. Everything that you're watching right now, all the videos that you see, and write down if you get a little click. Even if it's just a tiny thing, like oh yeah, that's true. Cognitive dissonance is an interesting thing that vegan teacher told me about. Write it down. Just write cognitive dissonance and put just a little check mark, like 1 point. Because even if you're still not vegan, you're still eating animals, the fact that you're here means that you are getting some clicks.
Or I'm making fun of you. Okay, that's probably enough, vegan teacher. I don't know what to watch now. Gamer sausage, Mountain Dew and Doritos. Oh God.
YouTube comment suggestions. Each time I think we can't go any lower, people grab shovels and just start digging. 50-50 chance that this is a 5 out of 5. At least a 30-40% chance that this is a 5 out of 5. The smell is monumental. There's still a 20% chance that this is gonna be a 5 out of 5. Will it blow? That's a good one. That's a solid 4 Mark Ruffalos. Let's sausage. Your 10% chance that this is a 5 out of 5 sausage. Get over here. Here we go. It's lost all the flavor of both the nacho cheese and the Mountain Dew. Well, who could have seen this coming? 0 out of 5.
All right, that was good. Oh no, why did that happen? Oh, it's fine. I thought my internet cut out for a second and the stream was going to end. This is someone eating the worst reviewed fried chicken in their state. And I gotta see this. I'm skipping to when he eats it.
Life, but we're not here for the fries. We're here for the chicken.
Am I gonna do a regular stream today? Maybe. I'm gonna end here in a second, and then I'm gonna decide. What do you guys think? Should I do another stream or no?
I'm not gonna beat you on the head for the fries, but your fries are struggle. They are on Struggle Street, Hell Nah Ave. Struggle Street, Hell Nah Ave too. All right, y'all. So how does the chicken at the worst reviewed chicken spot look? Let's take a look. Let's see. Huh? Wait, huh? Wait.
Oh, that looks so bad.
Huh? Wait. I just spent $14 for 2.
That cost $14? Ah, what a ripoff.
2 little pieces. And some.
You vote more free YouTube streams. I've been thinking about maybe doing one regular stream that's not patron only a month on YouTube, just because I have a decent number of YouTube subscribers now. So
sloppy toppy fry. Nah, daddy. Nah, dad. What's on there? Cornflakes? Y'all put cornflakes for bread and what? Oh, come on, daddy. Oh. You know what? Looks could be deceiving, y'all. This might taste amazing. This thing look wild greasy. What is that like? It's like a breasted wing. And just, I ain't gonna stunt Wing Madness. Who hood farm did y'all go to for this? Like, this is one of them chickens that be running around in the hood in somebody's backyard. This chicken didn't come from no distribution spot at all. This is definitely local raised in the hood out here in New Haven, cuz like you need to stop it. Y'all could have got the direct plug. This right here is Pookie chicken. You went and got Jerome Pookie chicken. Y'all play too much. Hold up. Oh God. No. Nope.
Oh, you spit it out! No!
That is crunchy grease. I gotta watch out my mouth. That's crunchy grease. Nope. He gave me crunchy grease. Crunchy hard grease. Huh. Wing Madness. Why y'all still open? This was nasty, B. This, oh my gosh. Oh my God, can we talk about a foodie fam? With all due respect, I have no respect. Michael Blackson. This is the worst chicken in the history of chicken. I don't know what type of fry that is. I don't know if y'all use foil or if y'all used actual foil. I don't know if y'all use flour on this chicken. I don't know what you used. Look, let me see if I can show you the inside of the chicken.
Well, I'm sorry you were hoping for more interactive stuff, Daddy Sume. Maybe next time. I just felt we did the Jackpot games really recently. So, maybe next time we'll do like Cards Against Humanity type thing.
Look how hard that is, son. Look how
so that's pretty similar to Quiplash. I don't know.
Dry that is, y'all. That joint was tough. This chicken was tough like it was training in the army. It came in weak, and a few months in, it was tougher than leather.
Okay. Jesus. All right, that's probably it for the stream. Do I want to stream elsewhere today? Oh, God, I'm kind of tired. I don't think that's... I don't think I need to do that. But I'll be streaming tomorrow, so. Hi, Kitty. Would you like to say hello to the people? Is that a no? Fuck the people. All right. Hope everyone has a good night. Thank you, everyone who's a patron. Thank you for supporting me. Next time, we'll do something a little... Maybe we'll do a mix of, like, interactive and other stuff. I gotta comb the kitty's butt. She's got poop in it. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you tomorrow on Twitch for another stream.